seen me all morning. That's a joke. You know who the fuck they are.
What's up, guys? I don't start any seminar without a proper starter, which is a selfie. So, we gotta do, or
I'll go pano.
Pano mode. So that means don't start moving in the middle. You gotta freeze. So get whatever you're doing and like keep it. So get out of your seat so you don't look boring. Hit a pose, and we're gonna go pano mode. And hold still. Hold still. It's pano.
Make a pose. Can you see from there?
Alright, now Rob is going to breakdance for you. Oh, I need some music. Cue music. Just kidding. I win. So, what are we doing here? I don't even know. I did not eat any pancakes, but I did have some yogurts last night, and I can't.
She got all the yogurt. Mine was like 6 ounces, his was 6 ounces, and hers was like 20.
Been my second time ever at an establishment like that, and I got all the toppings. It was really good. So, what are we doing here? Just yeah, we normally do question answer, and it can be about really anything. You just a wild question. It can be about fitness. It can be about training, or it could be what kind of underwear you're wearing. Billy? I don't know.
Releasing Thursday on our website.
Hey, we hit you with a soul.
Real nice.
Yep. Perfect. So, now's the time. Who has a good question? You know what? I actually wanted to be a hairdresser. My grandmother cut my hair from probably till I was about 15 or, no, because I was in college. She cut my hair till I was like 18. So I never went to like another hairdresser. When I was little, I would go over there on the weekend and help her. She had all of her old lady clients come in, and I'd help her wash their hair, and I'd put them under the dryer. So for a really long time, I wanted to be a hairdresser when I was like little. And then as I grew up, that's when I like didn't really know. Got to high school and I had no idea. So I was really involved in sports, and I liked kids, so I put it together, and I was a gym teacher for 5.5 years. So I was health and phys ed. And then now I'm just Daniel Bailey. That's a job. It's a job now. The trip was awesome. Probably the coolest experience of our lives. I mean, it's going to be on national television. Yeah, well, no, maybe not over our lives, but it's up there. They did like interviews, and it was like scary but exciting at the same time. Like I had no idea what to expect. Like with bodybuilding, like I know how to get in show shape. I know how to do everything. I know what's going to happen the day of the show. Everything, this was like brand new to me. Like I had no idea. Like we didn't get to see the obstacles ahead of time. You don't get to practice them. So the first time you're going through the obstacle, you're on national television. So it was a little freaky, a little scary, but it should be a lot of fun. Hell yeah. Oh Jesus. Do you want to like go in the back? So we're not just doing
You!
I worked out my whole life. Depends on what kind of workout. If you're like, I've been playing sports since I was 5. So, did a little bit here and there. You're making this hard. I know. I know, but you're interrupting. Maybe next question needs to go to Rob because he obviously wants to talk. So I didn't get really into training till I was, what was I, 21, 22, 21? You're not even paying attention.
What was the question? I know all the answers. At 20.
I was 21.
Alright, so for my 21st birthday, we were already training because I remember because I was in New Orleans with my father. So she already had muscles prior to 21, so we started training at 20.
I didn't have any muscles at 21, so let's be honest.
But you were lifting!
I don't
That was the question!
Okay, go get in. Question.
World star!
Yeah.
Related to that, we're training everything. When did it also come together for you when you wanted to start competing? Because I know, like, I'm playing soccer, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so, like, starting to train with him, I think that's like a certain way to work out.
Yeah.
Like, when you're ready to compete, when did it also kind of come together? Because I know I enjoy the process, like, just working out until I actually training to compete.
After I was training for probably about like 8 months, like, and we didn't take any days off, but we also weren't dieting whatsoever. We were both in college. We were poor college students. Like I was eating ramen noodles and SpaghettiOs and lifting weights and seeing pretty good gains. And like, don't do that. That from not lifting at all to lifting, yes, I was seeing some gains. So, about 8 months into it, there were a couple girls at the gym that started competing, or they were getting ready for a show, like miserable, hating their lives, like, oh my god, Jennifer, like, I'm doing like 2.5 hours of cardio, eating like 2 tablespoons of rice. Like, dude, I look better than blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And so, that's sort of how I got into the show, was very competitive. So I've had athletics my whole entire life. So after college college soccer was over, that's when I started training with him. So I was missing that like competition side. So I was like, I look better than them, but I eat SpaghettiOs, so I'm show too. So we got a little help with nutrition. So I actually started eating real food. Did the show, came in a little bit too hard, too whatever, and then I just sort of got addicted to getting ready for something because now I had like a purpose of going to the gym. It's not just to lift weights, and it gave me a little bit more drive, more motivation. And then it just, here I am today, 10 years later. Thank you, thank you. If any of you have the magazine, please be sure to bring it and I will sign it. It'll be awesome. Hopefully at my house.
Where do you see yourself Monday?
I don't even know. Oh wait, Monday I'm home, so hell yeah. 10 years, I'm still gonna be at home with my puppies. You. More chickens. maybe a baby. Well, actually, maybe it might be like a toddler. I don't know. 10 years is, I don't even know what I'm going to do like 2 weeks from now. It's really far. Knock on wood, I haven't had anything serious, little tendinitis. Again, that's something that like after some time, just with training, like the only thing that affected me was pull-ups. So for like 8 months, I just stopped doing pull-ups because every time I would try to go back to them, it would hurt again. That was the only thing. So I just, instead of starting with pull-ups, I started with something else. So when you have an injury, listen to your body, and sometimes you just can't do the things that, like, pull-ups were my jam, and I just stopped doing them. But then when Ninja Warrior came around, then I had to restart doing them again. But I had a hernia surgery. I was out for like 2 weeks. Again, that was it. And that hernia wasn't actually from lifting, it was from coughing. I got really sick. I get really sick usually after Olympia. This is first or after a show. I didn't get sick after Arnold, thank God. But I usually get really, really sick just from breaking yourself down all the way, and then afterwards you're meeting all these fans, and you're very susceptible to sickness. So I got really sick, coughed my brains out, and gave myself a hernia. And now I have onward, and now I don't get sick. Exactly. That's why we created it. What? Ooh. Did you even come up with a name yet? I did. I didn't like any of them. They were bad. Furlough. So there, I know. Yeah. I was like, doesn't the government have something to do with that? Furlough. Ooh.
It's a long story, but it was a point in time in our life. I went out on a business venture after our like perfect ideal white picket fence life. I was like, hey, let's go out on my own and do this business thing, and then fall on my face. So we got to a point in time where we were sucking at life, like doing really bad, not paying bills, and just floundering, I guess. And we've always had like little sayings, like everything on the shirts, little sayings to sort of internally tell yourself to keep yourself moving. And when we created the brand, we wanted something that it related to everyone, you know, because let's be real, the world's not about the gym. Gym's great, but that's like 2 hours of your day, and there's a lot of other shit that happens in your day. So we didn't want something like, you know, lift harder than me or where the fuck. So we wanted something that translated to life, because at the time, like, it had nothing to do with the gym. It was all about me trying to make myself better and not giving up so I could support my wife, because at the time she was sort of supporting me as I was floundering. And it relates to everything, you know. It relates to us being sick of traveling. It relates to Dana trying Ninja Warrior and like not, you know, giving up when she can't do the salmon ladder right away. It translates to everything, and we felt it was so appropriate for life. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Oh yeah. We just wanted something that translated to all of life, and I think we nailed it.
Hell yeah. Let's go, red shirt. Questions for Austin. Austin!
Why did you become the person that was, you know, filming it? Become part of the crew? How did that start?
From the beginning? Alright. Good morning, everyone. So I met Rob and Dana. It's actually almost been a year now. I think it's like a few days short of a year. I don't like telling people this story because then they get ideas. I was actually at a camp, and I was a fan. I was at the Flex Lewis camp, which was about this time last year. I came out of the bathroom, and I seen Rob, and we were talking earlier in the day about, this is good. Hold on. Everyone always asks this on YouTube, so this is good that you're filming it, because then you can watch this again later and show your kids. I came out of the bathroom and I seen Rob, and we had similar interests, or just things in common, because we both did graphic design and stuff like that. And I asked him if he ever looked for outside work, and he said, actually at the moment, I'm looking for a full-time like support designer to kind of help me out with some of the smaller stuff. So it's going to be dramatic. So a few weeks went by, and well, actually, I went home that night. I was at the hotel, and I did some work to show him. That way, when I got back the next morning, he could show like my drive or ambition or whatever, all that stupid stuff. So I showed him. He was like, "Yeah, it's kind of good." What I showed him sucked. A couple weeks went by, and he brought me in for like a trial, like period, because it's more than just like going in and doing artwork. Like obviously, I had to be a fit with Dana. I had to be a fit with Rob. I had to get along with everyone.
Tell them how we hated you.
So, I'm from Philly, and if you watch the videos, I guess I'm a little bit loud sometimes, unless you're ready for it. So they actually didn't like me because Rob's brother said I was too loud, and he was like, "You're gonna have to work with this kid like all the time, and he's just gonna be in your ear." And
That's pretty much, he came in and he just didn't shut up. And so we have this dog, and Debo, my pretty little boy angel. So Debo has some issues. We rescue our dogs, and he's terrified of people. So we always have to kind of keep him separate. And he was going bonkers because freaking Austin's out there just like at like 8 o'clock in the morning, not shutting up. So Rob goes in to like just tell him to be quiet, and Debo thought it was him, bit Rob in the hand.
Alright, so it's a weird situation. Black Friday 2 years ago, okay, there's a hole in my door, let's just say that. Someone punched a hole through my door. May have been me, may have been someone else. So, the dog would stay in the office, and I had cardboard blocking it, so it was like almost like a little reach through, so you could unlock it so that no one would let Debo out, because Debo's a crazy person. He's like hyper in love with us, and he hates everyone else. It's a weird feature. So he's talking louder and louder and louder, and the dog's barking louder and louder, and like, I don't understand why he just won't shut the hell up. So the dog quiets down for a minute. I'm like, listen, I'm just gonna take the dog out, bro, and he's still talking as if he doesn't hear anything. I think he has ear infections. So instead of thinking, I just reached in the door as the dog's like losing his mind, and he gave me a little love bite. So I pull out, and I'm like bleeding all over the place. I'm like, dude, the dog just bit me. Still doesn't hear me. Continuing to tell the story louder, I'm like, bro, like, can you just please go outside? Please. So he goes outside, and I'm like, we can't hire this kid. There's something wrong with him.
And that's when we hated him.
so, yeah, so they hated me. That day went by, a few weeks went by, and Rob and I were emailing back and forth. At the time, I was working.
And his email's back to me. So I email this kid, I'm like, yo bro, we're gonna look for 2 more weeks, we're gonna take applications. He responds back, and he's like, listen bro, just to let you know, I'm the best. And you're not gonna find anyone better than me, so I don't even know why you're gonna bother looking. And I read this and I was like, this 130-pound kid.
So, we were going back and forth. At the time I was working at a gym, personal training, all that dumb bullshit. Not dumb, I'm sorry. If anyone's out there, yeah, kill it. So we're emailing back and forth, and I was pretty much just ready to get back into doing graphic design. I was ambitious, and I was confident that he wasn't going to find anyone that had the skill set and mindset and knew the industry, which at the time, like, I think it helps. So I was confident. So went back and forth. He emailed me and said, I think I'm going to hire you. I was like, okay, cool, yeah. So we were going back and forth. He said, yeah, I'll call you tomorrow. When can you start? I moved out there like that day. And I live in his old house. I didn't even call my girlfriend. I kind of was like, so, all that's fine now. So I was living in Rob's house. We started working. I learned how to cut the grass the other day. And then you asked how the videos came about. I don't really know. Well, the videos started with Dana prepping for Olympia. We did the 10-day out series, more inside the life, and I thought that we had a lot to offer, like content-wise, showing that we're more versatile than just lifting weights. So the idea came about to start doing the daily videos, but they were supposed to just be like kind of vlogs and not necessarily daily like they are now. Like yesterday we uploaded like 4 videos. So it's kind of just, it involves more people and it shows that we're more well-rounded. And I think that's it. And the videos are fun. And I hope you guys like them. I try really hard.
I love story time. My mom is crazy. I love her to death, but she is crazy. That's about it. I can only deal with so much. No, but they actually lived, what?
Yeah, let me answer. Her mom's not crazy, first of all. No, she's not a crazy person. She's not crazy. What we do is very hard to understand. It's hey, I'm gonna quit my solid teaching job, that I have benefits, and that I have retirement, and that I'm guaranteed. And I'm gonna go work in this abandoned meth house with Rob printing t-shirts. You know what I mean? Like, that's a weird thing to sort of grasp. And it's like, well, what about 401k, what about insurance? And it's like, no, fuck all that, we're gonna do whatever we want. And then it turns into, we're just traveling the world. And it's like, well, what do you do? It's like, well, we just show up and we just talk to people and take pictures. It's like, well, how is that a job? It's like, well, we make YouTube videos. And Dana she lifts weights and then she dives down and paints herself orange and flexes on stage, and then she wins. And they're like, nice, how much money does she win? She's like, she's the best in the world and she won $10,000. So her parents are like, I don't really understand what you guys are doing. So they weren't able to sort of relate to it. They saw her playing soccer. You know, it's very obvious. You play soccer, you win, you lose. It's like, yeah, good job. They see her brother playing football. You understand that concept. You don't understand the concept of what we do. You don't understand the concept of bodybuilding. You don't feel like she's eating. It just made them very uncomfortable and they weren't really sure. They came to the Arnold this year. Yeah, so they came to the Arnold and they watched Dana come out on stage. And I don't know if anybody's at the Arnold, but no one cheers for anybody really because everyone has their cell phones up. When Dana came out, the crowd lost it. And I think it like clicked for her parents. They're like, oh, this is real. Like, this is real stuff that she's doing. So her parents aren't crazy. I think it just took a little while for them to come around and actually understand what's happening. And they're fully on board now. So your mom's not crazy.
She's a little crazy. I'm allowed to say that. It's my mom. But it took some time. But the thing is, my parents only live like 10-15 minutes, so they don't like stay at my house. So like when his parents live in North Carolina, so when they come up, they stay at the house. So more or less probably why you see them a little bit more. Ooh, let's go, red hat.
Rob, if there was one thing that got Michael Bell where it was, what would that be?
Putting out good, consistent, honest content. That's what people don't understand. So we all know there's like a social media, whatever revolution going on. It's sort of backfiring now because people are starting to realize that followers don't equal sales anymore. You know what I mean? And followers don't equal good products. I mean, there's supplement companies out there that, you know, have tons of followers, but their product sucks, so it's like, hey, we know it's a smoke show. So from the beginning, we realized like no one was going to help us. You know, magazines don't care about Dana Linn Bailey, you know, little 13-year-old boy with a nice haircut that can bench. But you know what I mean? Like, they're like, so wait, she's not, I want to do a bikini issue with her. And she's like, but I don't really do that. So it just didn't work. So we had to put out our own content. And that was sort of the greatest thing was people not being willing to help us, you know? Her winning shows, no photo shoots after. She won Olympia. She didn't get shot after Olympia. You know what I mean? So all those like sort of kicks in the dick that we got made us take it upon ourselves to put out our own stuff. And we realized like, you know, you remember the videos from 5 years ago on MD, and they hold the camcorder like this, and it's a stupid voiceover? I couldn't do that, man. Like, I looked at that and I was like, we can do better than that. So it's just always been trying to improve, and I think that's what people relate to. And then also just the honesty of everything. Just being real, you know? We've been getting a lot of comments about, like, Dana's looking rough, and it's like, well, you know why? Because and not that you're not looking rough, but it's, you're seeing Dana at every single point in time in the day. You're seeing her off in the airplane, you're seeing her, you know, exhausted. You're not seeing her like other people with 3 million followers that you only get that picture where their makeup's perfect and it's fucking retouched. No, you're gonna get Dana Linn Bailey at the end of today after she trains on the car ride home when she's fucking exhausted. So people can relate to that, because, you know, they're like, wow, she's just like me. Like, that's what I look like when I feel like shit. Like, I don't know. It's just, it's real and it's good, consistent content. And that's why everyone you follow, that's what they put out. That's why you like them.
So I know you were a teacher before. Do you have any desire to do coaching like George does for you?
Coaching?
Yeah, like coaching or anything.
Well, yeah. Right now, like, because of our crazy schedule, it's not very possible. But we're gonna definitely. We had our good friend works at is the owner of a karate school, and he brought all of his students over to our warehouse. And they actually, which was so cool, because like these are like kids from ages like 10 to like 17, and they like knew us and followed us and had questions. So we're gonna start really, because I mean that's my background is like kids. So I know I swear a lot, and I see this kid sitting right in front of you. I was a lot better when I was in school. Yeah, we're gonna definitely start trying to get out there more, and especially because the youth is where it's at. That's where it starts. And my whole big thing is the whole confidence building, and that I think that's where it needs to start, is at the younger years. So we're gonna definitely try to start doing that a lot more. Maybe not just like actual coaching, like teams and stuff, but getting out there and just out to kids. They need it, especially with like how negative this and social media is, like they have to deal with. It's just stinks hard. Oh, anybody from this side? Here we go.
What's the Lego felt worth at this point in time?
$1 million. It is.
You want to buy it?
We would never sell it, so. Well, go up a little bit more.
Companies will sell you, but that's not fun to go.
Oh.
That's like the speed warehouse.
What's wrong with you? We ain't selling shit. I mean, crap. I'll put soap in your mouth, and if that ever comes out of your mouth. I know, I'll put soap in my mouth. Red shirt.
Rob, how did you and Hustle get started with the album making, and how did the whole...
All right, so the dope thing about Hustle is, Hustle started making music, we're both about 31, 32. He started making music when he was like 13 years old. And was, you know that kid that's like trying really, really hard to make it? He tried really, really hard to make it for like 15 years. And he was always sort of doing it, like working with like, you know, bigger names people, like you work with Busta Rhymes, you work, you know, engineering under them all, but he never really broke out. We needed music for the YouTube channel, so it didn't get blocked. I was like, bro, let's make a song. So we made Work Hustle Kill, put it in that Richard Hawthorne video, and then people started like looping it and downloading it. And I was like, wait a second, they're stealing our, what? And then people were like, yo, you should make a record. So I called Hustle up and I was like, yo bro, you wanna make a record? And he's like, all right. And then we made a record and hit like 33 on iTunes. So we should make another record. So we made the next record and we hit 13th, and we made the last record and we hit 4th. So the next one, I'm going for that #1 spot.
I got 2 questions. Where's Jeff at?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's Jeff was never really part of the team. Jeff's just the friend that rolls with us, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
What's number 2? You guys need a DJ.
Do we need a DJ? Like to travel with us? That's true.
I'm never going to have a chance to ask this again, so.
Find your seat.
Big J came out of nowhere. Yeah, I mean, I'll take your card, bro. Hell yeah. But I legit think Jeff's in Rochester, New York right now.
I just asked, who's that with you?
Yeah, no, Jeff's cool. Jeff's very, he's like, I'll be back tonight. It's like, what are you? Yeah, but that's how he does it. Like, he's just always everywhere, and I never really know. So, I don't know. I think he's in Rochester, New York right now, though.
I was gonna say, I dwarfed Michael.
You what?
Dwarfed Michael.
Dwarfed? Is that some kind of... Oh, you got the angle on Mike Rashid. Cool. I'll let you get the angle on me, too.
Yes! That pre-workout that you talked about in the video the other day.
Oh, the one where...
Yeah, the secret, wink one. What's up with that?
Well...
Come on.
Hey, we can't tell you what's in it.
I just want to know when.
We're experimenting with some stuff. Are we coming out with a supplement line? No.
Alright, so this is how it works. 2 weeks ago, or 2 weeks prior to Ninja Warrior, Dana was banged up because her joints, because she's not used to like all the weird jolting and everything. So we needed to put her on a joint support, right? So I'm thinking to myself, I was like, what is the best joint support? I asked him, he's like, I don't know, they're all sort of like whatever. I was like, wait a second, I'll call up the formulator that made Onward, I'll just tell him to make the best joint support possible, right? Like, I don't care about cost, I'm not trying to hit a $40 price point, whatever, just make me the dopest joint support ever. So like 2 days later, we get these red pills that show up with no label. I'm like, Dana, take these. And she's like, how many should I take? And I was like, wait, I don't know. And I called up, and they said 3. So she took 3, and then they texted me right away, and they're like, no, not 3 at once. Take 1 in the morning, 1 at noon, and 1 at night. And I was like, oh, okay, Dana, throw that back up now. So the next day, she took it the right way, and 4 days in, she's like, I feel awesome. I was like, wait a second, is that how it works? We just called the formulator, we said we don't care about price, just make the dopest stuff ever, and they just do it? So, yeah, I mean, we're playing around with the pre-workout right now. I'm not sure if it's it, I don't think it is. But, you know, it's what?
This is hot.
No, I don't know. Are you pro subs rep? No, I think we realized that, like, it's sort of cool that we can make our own stuff, you know? Even if, like, we don't actually even sell it, like because the Joy formula is probably going to cost way too much to actually sell in a competitive market. But the cool thing is, like, we can make it for ourselves and just take it. Right? It's sort of dope. Like, and normal people don't have that opportunity. For us to have that opportunity, like, I have the opportunity to just build myself race cars every day. And it's a good business decision, or at least I tell myself that. So, like, I don't know. Did that answer your question?
Yeah. Kinda.
It's a secret.
It's coming.
Me.
Okay.
Probably. It may or may not, if that answers your question.
Close enough.
Who's up here next? So we can talk all day. I like question and answer time. It's fun. Share experience.
Well, next project car.
Ooh,
You manage, do you look for cars for sale online?
Yeah.
Okay, you know that 1975 Celica's been for sale forever? It's been all over. It's all white, no engine, super clean.
11.
What are you putting in it?
It was, yeah, they were selling it for like 21 for like the last year. I just gave them 10 for it.
They were done. 10 more minutes. Oh, my arms can take it.
As long, like right there, that's all you need, and keep it like that. Yeah, because I think a lot of people get into competing because they think something magical is going to happen. I'm not here because of like my competition history. I'm not at all. Like, yeah, I won the Olympia, but that was, I mean, I already had a following after that, or before that. So a lot of people get in it for the wrong reasons. So as long as you're doing it for the right reasons, which is just to like better yourself, you need that. Like, the only reason I compete, like, is just bettering myself, seeing what I can do, putting my body, like, because it's a true testament to your body, like, to be able to diet that long, and you're doing the cardio, you're dieting, you're doing the training. It's a big thing. But a lot of people just, they get sucked into the weird almost fake reality of fitness. So as long as you're just doing it for fun, that's all you need. Just do it for fun. Because that's all I do it for. I'm not chasing a trophy, I'm not chasing money.